Hey everyone, welcome to Learn with Avinash Darvi. In this video, we are going to talk about how do we host a Mautic, a platform built using the PHP using AWS ECS Fargate serverless option. Before that, let me tell you about the Mautic. Mautic is a marketing automation platform built using a PHP and is a open source platform. It provides lead generation and marketing automation like email and lead generation lifecycle management. So let's walk through how do we host a Mautic platform using the AWS ECS Fargate. So now let's look at what we are going to do first. So I have created a repository called AWS Fargate example. In this, created a folder called Mautic. In this folder, I have created the Dockerfile. So let me just walk through on a Dockerfile. This Dockerfile takes the proper latest image from the Mautic from the official account. So this image is available in Docker Hub also and Mautic GitHub repository also. So this first we'll have a like from command from the Mautic, and then we'll set up the environment variable here. These environment variables will be optional because when we are doing the ECS Fargate one, while creating a task definition, we can always set the environment variable that time also. So we can ignore this step also if you don't want to do it. Then there is a command called entity.sh which is required to set up that. We will set up the right permissions by using the +x and just check out whether this file is exists or not. And then we'll expose the port 80 and the entry point will set to the entry points, and our default command to run is the Apache foreground. That is about a Docker file, and this Docker file we are going to use to create our Docker image which can push to ECR container. So before that, let's look at what steps we are to do it. You need some prerequisite like install your local should be have a AWS CLI and configure the AWS credential. Along with that, also the Docker desktop should be there. To push the image to ECR, what we need to do it? First, let's look at the create ECR repository for the Mautic by name of the Mautic. You can choose whatever the comfortable name you want to do. So I will just choose here Mautic as the name. I have already logged into ECR container. I will just create a repository here, push the name Mautic. I'll keep this other options are there and just click on the create. Once we create, it will show this one. So once you click on the Mautic, you can find out which command you wanted to use as a view push. So if you click on the view push command, you will see that you need to first log into ECR by using this command, and then you need to build your Docker image, and then you need to create a Docker tag which can be using this one. So for that one, you need to create a first Docker event, and then you can do it. So let's do one by one. Before that, what you need to do it, you need to clone this repository called AWS Fargate example, go to this folder and then run the respective command. So let's go to the first by logging into the command line. So this is my terminal. I will copy paste the same command which I pasted, copy from the GitHub repository, and I already have a AWS CLI configure and the credential configure. Just go to the official website of AWS CLI configure and check that how to do it. Now login is successful. The next command I will run it. So docker build -t command. Let me find out that command here. So I am going to use the docker local test. So I will click on this. It will generate the build. It's very fast. Now next command is to tag that as per the documentations also. So I will tag it to the Mautic latest. It is tagged now, and then I will push that to repository. So this is the repository one, and this is going to be pushed now. Just give us a second, it will be ready. Once it's done, once it's complete, we will go to the next one and we'll see that. Now let's check out whether our image is got push or not. Just click on the Mautic and you can see the image is got push. You can copy the URL while we doing ECS start definition, and you can always find the view push command from here to same what we have done that. Now let's move to the next section. So database is ready. I have just copied this command from the database console and I'm trying to connect with this one because database is not created inside of it. So we'll just create a Mautic database. We'll just first fix so database. Nothing there. So now we'll create database name called Mautic. So it is ready now. So you can see that again. Mautic will be there. Nothing is there. So now we will move to the next step called the creation of ECS clusters and creation of ECS star definition. So let's look at that. So now next step is to create the ECS cluster. So let's go to the create on ECS service, create ECS cluster. I will name as the Mautic YouTube clusters. And I will select the AWS Fargate serverless option because this demo is belong to the AWS Fargate. So hosting on Mautic's platform on the AWS Fargate. So I'll keep it other everyone and click on the create options. So now service is created. Let's go to the task definition, create task definition view. So I will select the new task definition here. Let's give name called Mautic video. We'll select the AWS Fargate and we'll keep it the Linux one. You can choose whichever the ARM and 86 if you want to use it, but our current Dockerfile support the x86-54, so I'll select the Linux x86-54. Keep the one CPU. You can choose based on your requirement and keep the memory 30. Task rule, I'll select the ECS task executions. This task is actually only have the ECS execution role. I've added a few more into that one. Let's walk through in. So this is a policy. The required is Amazon ECS task execution role policy, and what is there inside? It actually gives their authorization token, batch check availability, get download URL for layer, batch get image, and create log stream and put log event. That's it. Other policy which I have given is just for the logging purposes, so you can ignore that one. I will go back to the create definitions and now select the container here. I'll give them name Mautic. We'll copy the URL from here and paste it here. That's it. So now we'll keep the container port. Since we are in Dockerfile also we mentioned the 80 port, so we'll keep container port 80 and protocol will be HTTP. If you want to do the HTTPS one, you can choose the 80 port for that one, but make sure you're making the changes in Dockerfile accordingly. I'll keep a CPU 1 and the memory limit 3 GB and 1, the default one, not going to play around with this. You can use as per your choice. Now we will add our environment variable. So Mautic underscore db underscore host. I will select the database endpoint from here and the paste the value. Then next will be db name. The db name will be Mautic, and then db user will be Mautic. db password will be Mautic password. One and we'll go to the next one. This is the optional one, use log collection, but make sure you collect on the log collection so that you can trace down all the application logs. We will not go to this option. These are optional one since we already have a Docker configuration for the entry point in the Docker file, so we will not add it. So make a note of that. If you add your entry point here, it will get override of what you have written into Dockerfile. So let's not do that. The storage is optional one. Let's create our definitions. Now task definition is ready, so we will deploy our service into the task definitions. Cluster is YTU clusters, and we'll select the launch type here. which will be launched and will be type. If your capacity provider, it doesn't have the target one, you have to select what is the base one will be there, but by default will the launch type. But we'll cover in a couple of next videos what is the capacity provider and what we can do it. Then service will be one. We'll give a Mautic service the name. We'll keep a desired count 1 for now. It's for testing purpose. Deployment has nothing to do with it. Like it can have some how many minimum running tasks will be there, maximum running tasks. You can keep it that option. We'll ignore it for now. And now we will go to the load balancer option. Networking is already there. It has that existing VPC group. And we'll select load balancer. I will choose to select the load balancer. If I have already existing one, let me check I have any. No, then I'll create a new one, Mautic LB, and I keep everything as it is and go to the create. Now this will take a couple of minutes because this include the creation of a load balancer, creation of like fetching the Docker image from ECR, then creating the EC Fargate clusters into that, and then creating a task one and deploying the application code. So it takes a couple of minutes to do it. So let's give a couple of minutes to complete this one. Still it is in progress. We just go to cloud formation and check out what is the status is there. I think listeners and load balancer are completed. Target group service almost completed. ECS service is getting complete. Let's check out. Okay, service is getting ready. Go to the tasks. What is the task status? Tasks are getting run. Okay, so already one task is getting run. So we'll open up the URL and check that it is ready. Yes, and that's how exactly it's ready. You can go to the next step and provide the specific details. Mautic underscore password and nope. Click on next. It's ready. So we'll create one admin account, something password like Mautic 123. I'll give my first name, some email address. Yes. And then admin and choose Mautic 123. Then login. So yes, and that's it. So our Mautic dashboard and Mautic platform is ready and deploy on AWS ECS Fargate. I hope you like this video and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss the next video which I'm going to talk about how do you host a Mautic using the AWS ECS Fargate but via CloudFormation. So it can be help you to create your CI/CD pipeline. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.